but it is what it is, I guess. Yeah, yeah. I mean, what's happened this year in general? Um, I guess I guess the important things that have happened this year is just that the world seems to be healing a little bit. Not much. Nothing really changes that dramatically. But yeah, I mean, it's getting better. Back to the way things were. Um, we're still at least where I live, we're still off where uh, possibly travel is allowed again. Where I live, it's completely restricted for travel. You can only travel in the state. That's it. No travel outside of the country. Any travel outside the country, you'd be looking at a 14-day lockdown. Obviously, for the I've been vaccinated, but it wouldn't make any difference. It is what it is, and that's the world we live in now. So yeah, I'm drinking some beers, some brewskis, whatever you want to call them. Yep. Um, yeah, I mean, myself, I've just been busy, so I haven't really been thinking about doing a stream of any kind for a bit. Just been haven't had the right headspace to do it, so haven't been there to think about it. Like what can I say? Just um, just busy with work and stuff, and yeah, yeah. Um, it's there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that's life, like not everything is exciting and something's happening or you're trying to do something. Sometimes it's just mundane stuff. Sometimes that's all life is, just a lot of mundane stuff. And that's neither here nor there. That's just, life. I mean, for me personally, what would I like to do with myself? I think I'd like to go out and, to be honest, I've been trying to motivate myself to go out and meet someone. It'd be good to meet a girl down where I live, but I don't I'm not hold my breath on that. Everyone keeps saying, that's going to happen. I don't know. I don't know. Like, yeah, of course I'd like something like that to happen, but I mean, reality is that it's just, it's, if this thing's doing anything, yeah, yeah. What's this do? I don't know. No idea what I'm pressing here. I don't know why. Anyway, yeah, I guess, yeah, it'd be nice to go out and meet someone, but I don't know how. Look, to be honest, guys, I don't know how people meet people these days. I don't know. All right, I know a lot of people say go online and you meet people online. But I've got issues with that, and I'm sorry, but I've got issues with that, and I don't doesn't make me any less of a person. I just don't. I obviously, if that's how you do it, then that's what I've got to do. But you know what I mean? Like, unless you're seeing a person face to face, unless they see you for you and not some profile like a resume online, like it's just not the same, right? It's not real life, if you know what I mean. Like talking to someone online versus actually talking to someone in real life is not the same thing. People are totally different to how they appear online, and I've always had issue with that for personal reasons. So I have nothing against meeting someone online. I have issue with it. That's all, and I find it really, really hard. I can tell you that tried it last year on trying to meet a girl online, as you do. Tried talking to them on these chat website, whatever you want to call them. Not one person, not one single person actually responded. What can you say, man? Like, say whatever you want, but like, that is the reality, right? There's nothing wrong with me, all right? Nothing wrong with me at all. I don't think so. And if anyone thought that, don't know if I'd really want to know them as a person, to be honest. Why would I? If that's how you judge someone, yeah, why would I want to know a person like that? But yeah, it's what can I say? It's a tough life. That's how people meet these days, and I don't like it, to be honest. I don't like talking to people online versus real life, and geez, it makes life hard because when I grew up, all right, I'm going to give you a rundown how fast life changed when I was growing up, and you're going to say, well, you're an old fogey or whatever. But when I started work back in 2002 or 3, something like that, I can't remember exactly. And it's nearly 20 years ago. Mobile phone technology was you called someone and you could send them a text, and it had Snake on the phone. That was it, right? That was the maximum of what technology was for the average person. That and a computer, and a computer had like the analog screen. It wasn't the flat screen. It wasn't like high def or anything like that. Not that surprising, really. It went from that in the space of 7 years to that. That was the change. How was a person supposed to adapt to that in 7 years? That's what I'm saying. The change was so rapid. Technology has been changing so fast. It's hard to even comprehend how quick things have changed. And it went from seeing people, hey, how are you doing, down at the pub, to, hey, now we've got to meet people online. What am I supposed to tell you? The world changed so flipping fast, and some people will turn around and will say, oh, there's everyone out there that finds someone and that's what they do. And, you can do it too. And I'm just not like that, I'm sorry, but for me, I don't latch onto a person, but like, if it's someone I like, it generally takes me months just to ask them out on average. A lot of my friends who are good at talking to girls, they can just float around the room and talk to whoever they want, and it doesn't bother them. But me, it bothers. If I like someone, I like someone. But that's it. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's how fast the world changed. That's what happened with the world. And yeah, I don't know why that is seen as a positive thing. So unfortunately, a lot of those guys out there, like, they meet heaps of girls, right? They meet heaps of girls, and they talk to heaps of girls, and yeah, and it's they basically yeah, and look, people might say, oh yeah, but they might also talk to a lot of girls, and they all might say no, right? Okay, but they still get tons of numbers, and these girls that talk to these guys go for that rubbish. They don't go, hey, this guy's just talked to every single girl in the room. I'm his number 200th, and I'm going to give him my number. Like, to me, that's low self-esteem. That's not a character trait that I view as a positive thing, right? Like, I'm sorry, but that's not something that, got to respect yourself as well, you know? That's why okay, it's maybe I've got personal hang-ups, right? But that's a character trait, and that tells me that person don't respect themselves, don't deserve my fucking attention. Pardon my language, and me swear. But come on, like, if someone has just watched some bloke just run around the entire room talking to every girl, and you're the one that gives him the number, and you're the one that sees all that rubbish and goes, oh, he's a keeper, and then he leaves you in 2 weeks. I mean, come on. I'm sorry, but that's not self-respect. That self-respect is important. It's as important as anything. It goes to everyone. Everyone should have self-respect for themselves. Everyone should love themselves. That ain't doing that. That's just going, I see that person and I want a piece of that. I'm sorry, but that's yeah, it is what it is, guys and girls. Think whatever you like about it, but that's how I see that. And that to me is just, it's part of life. Like, is that what's wrong with the world? I don't know. There's a lot of things wrong with this world, but I try to stay out of it. I just try to live my life in peace and harmony with everyone else around me. And I try to make the best of my life and hope that the people I love and care about are doing the same for themselves. Like, what else can you do? I don't know what else to tell you there. It's not high standards. It's why shouldn't a person care about themselves? That to me is not caring about yourself. Part of Australian culture, even though you'll say, what are you doing there, mate? What are you doing there? A part of it is apparently drinking all the time on the weekends. I don't personally do that, right? I don't, this is just a weekend off where I'm not expected to do anything or be anything. You know, it's my weekend off. So here I am, and I can actually enjoy myself. And I know a lot of people will say that's all it is for a lot of other people as well. Fair enough. But then a part of Australian culture is just drinking and going to pubs and clubs, and that's it. Like, to me, that ain't living, Jeff. That ain't living BCF ad. That's what I had in my mind. If you don't know what that is, it's an Australian company called Boating, Camping and Fishing. And they go, and part of their slogan is, that ain't living, da-da-da-da-da, this is what you should do. All I'm saying is that, to me, just doing that, just going out and drinking for the sake of drinking, I don't see any value in that. That I don't enjoy that. Like, today I can, so that's why I am. But it's not something that I would go out of my way for. I wouldn't go, oh, I'm going to go drinking because it's my weekend off. Like, no, that's boring. To me, that's boring. It's not interesting. There's nothing about it that interests me. I don't care for that. So this whole concept that Australians only drink, you know, no, some do, some don't. That's all I can tell you about that. It's neither here nor there. It's either, there's other cultural problems there, but that's, you know, actually, I'll give you a reason why that is, actually, and you'll go, fair point. Basically, in Australian culture, drinking is the only thing people of adult mind can do. That and have sex with each other, apparently. But I'll tell you why. Because they took all the fun out of life in Australia. That's it. Okay, so all the social activities is aimed at families and children, right? But what do you spend 3/4 of your life being? An adult. And what does that not, what does all this stuff not target? Adults. The people with actual money, they don't target for entertainment or stimulus, right? That's why drinking is so prevalent in Australia, because there isn't anything else for people to do, right? It's not that people actually want to be drinking all the time. Well, some might, but all I'm saying is there's not a lot of fun for adults to do. Like, you can't go to the, I don't know, someone like, you can't go to the, okay, say the city I used to live in had a racetrack, Wanneroo Barbagallo Raceway. They didn't go, hey, take your car down on once a month or something, pay some insurance fees, whatever, and go do some laps and see how fast you can go. Nothing like that. That's not allowed. In fact, speeding at all in Western Australia is so against. You are more of a criminal in your car than somebody breaking into someone's house, attacking them and taking their stuff. I'm serious. The police are more interested in people who speed, and that's without question. There is no question about that. And it's not every country. WA is really bad on it. And, they'd rather have police targeting people like that who've done that and go, you bad you, we want to, rake you over the coals because, you were driving a car 10 kilometers over the limit. Oh my God, you horrible human being. You're worse than a murderer, like that kind of thing. And that's WA for you. I mean, the other states think they've got it bad, but they really don't know what WA is like. It's in that respect, it's far worse than other states when it comes to like how chill people are, because everyone in WA that's from the city is like high strung, like so tense. So everything's like so intense, so high strung, and got to be right, and got to be this, got to be that. And you know what? That takes away humanity, right? It does, because it turns us all into mindless robots. Doesn't have us actually going, you know what? People make mistakes. People live their lives, whatever, right? Just chill out, guys. Chill, relax. It's not going to end. The world is not going to end because this little thing was out of place. Tiny, insignificant speck of thing. Forget it. And I'm not trying to make a point of anything. I'm just saying if you come from a city in Australia, you'll know what I'm talking about. You'll go, yeah, right on, man, right on. And yeah. Although, obviously, I don't live in the city anymore, but what I'm saying is that it's hard to get away from that mentality when you're surrounded by it for nearly 30 years of your life. I mean, in prison terms, that's more than a life sentence, right? So the life sentence is 25 years in Australia. When you've lived there for more than a life sentence, you tend to go, it takes me a little bit to get to normal again. And that being one of them. Just always being so high strung, can't chill, relax. The world is not ending. Everything's fine. Yeah. So I don't know if anyone else has ever come from the city and seen that, but that, there's a lot of things you can say and do, but like when it comes to it, you got to be a human being, right? So that's what we all are. And apart from the elites, apparently they're reptilian aliens or something. I mean, Jeff Bezos could definitely pass for a reptilian alien, but sorry, Jeff, but you kind of do look like one. No offense, man. No offense, but like, yeah, it is what it just, I don't mean that bad. I just like, come on, I don't believe that or anything. I'm just saying, does kind of pass, and Will Smith could definitely pass as a gecko. If someone said, here's a picture of a gecko and here's Will Smith, I'd definitely go, where's Will Smith? That one? That one. That one. The gecko. But I mean, you know what I mean, right? It's, I don't know, guys. Like, people talk about the elites living longer and that. Yeah, there's a reason for that. They get better food than us, better medical care. They get, it's not really that surprising. I mean, come on, just put two and two together. They're not reptilian aliens. They're just greedy people. That's all those people are. They're just greedy people obsessed with money and power, and that's it. They don't care about anything else. Nothing else matters to them. That's it. They got nothing else. That's what they've got. And fair, fine. If that's what they've got in their life, that's what they've got. I mean, whatever. That's, yeah. A subscriber of mine was asking me to do some gaming on YouTube, and I'll look at that. Can't promise that because I've got a lot of stuff on my plate right now, and gaming on YouTube is not really one of them. It's not that I don't want to look at something like that. It's just that right now, with everything in my life going on, that is just on the back burner. It's not the top priority of my life. I have nothing against doing some gaming videos, and maybe we can do that together. I don't know how to do that. I'm not a computer guy, all right? I don't know how to do that. All right? I don't know much about computers, all right? Let me show you what I do for fun, all right? Would not be fun for a lot of other people. All right, just give me 2 seconds. I got to get something. All right. So I've got something here that I built a couple of years ago, or a year ago or so, actually 2 years ago. So I built a liquid-fueled rocket engine. Hang on, you know what would be easier if I just bring the camera to me? What am I doing? Why am I making my life difficult? Bring the mountain to my heart. What am I doing? Rocket engine. That took a long time to design and build, by the way. Hang on there. Let me get the camera a bit closer. Bad camera. That's my arm. Hang on. Yeah, rocket engine. The nozzle. And okay, so combustion chamber. That part there. Nozzle. I had someone plasma cut that and make that part up. I welded it together, which I shouldn't have done. They offered to weld it together and I refused. What a mistake that was. Should have just got them to do it. And that's where there's a mixing bowl in there and 2 nozzles, which were not easy to make, actually. I had to get a bolt, drill a hole, like cut the bolt, drill a hole in the bolt. That's right, an actual bolt, drill a hole inside the bolt, drill a hole. Well, there was already a hole there that I already drilled to go to each chamber, and then weld these so that that they were fused onto the metal and not leaking. It's all under high pressure, you see, so it has to be done right. And then that goes a very long tube here on purpose to a to two valves. Yeah. So these are just, I can't remember the name of them. These are 1/4 inch. I was going to say check valves, but they're not. Yeah, I think they are. Two car fuel pumps. These power your car. Each one of these could power your car. Which, by the way, that's a one-way valve, right? Fuel can only go one direction. It cannot go any other direction. Two one-way valves attached to two very small fuel tanks, and that runs off a 12-volt battery on a switch. Oops, should turn that off. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so that took me a long time to build that, and to be honest, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, because there. Oh wow, that's a bad angle. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to do with it, because to me, I feel like me trying to test it is going to cause me more trouble than it's worth. So I don't know. I was thinking of just giving it to a university or something. Ideally, the whole plan was to turn it into a model car and try and break a land speed record, but I don't know. I don't think the government would approve of that. They'd be very angry with me. So not really planning that right now. I mean, I'd like to see my project actually work. I haven't tested it at all. It should work. I mean, it's pretty basic, but I mean, the whole point, like, it's one of those things, like, what are you supposed to do with something like that? I don't want to go to jail or anything, especially for something as stupid as that. Like, somebody would just go, why, mate? Just live your life. Forget about crap like that. Like, don't you worry about it. And I'd say fair point. The other thing behind me, let me put this down. Hang on. Yeah, the other thing I was building was a wooden ship model. So it's supposed to be a Viking ship. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. And again, this was not an easy project. It was rated at the easiest. Yeah, that ain't true. Building a wooden ship out of wood model, so ridiculously hard. So fiddly. Trying to get the wood to stay in place. I mean, I've watched some videos and seen where I've gone wrong on many things, but still so ridiculous. Like, I don't know if you can see that, but you see these wooden slats here? These all had to be glued in place, sanded, shaped to fit. There was actually another layer of wood similar to this wood here underneath it. Yeah, that was not fun. That was really hard. Turns out using steam was the way to actually get the wood to bend into shape and pins, which I didn't do. I just forced it into place. Because I suppose when you're thinking about something and you're like, oh, I want to do this, no one tells you how, you kind of go a bit monkey style on it and just go, won't work. Push, force, that will make it work. Take that. You know what I mean? Like there's like no, it's not yeah. The other thing I've been trying to do is get back into writing. I've been trying to write a new book. If those who know me or not, in my old channel, which got nuked by YouTube, I've actually published a book, right? So I actually really do enjoy writing. Like it's something I actually take great passion at doing, but never made any money off it. Obviously, I wouldn't be living in a rental if if I was a famous author, would I? I'd have all my family sorted out. I'd have my own house and paid for, etc. And obviously, I mean that just goes for the whole thing, you know. Like nothing comes easy. Everyone has to start at the bottom, right? And in this case, that's all that is. Yeah, it's not that I don't want to like my mind has been cluttered with so many other things. Writing has just gone like again on the back burner, and it's something I'm very passionate about when I get into it. When I get into it, I love writing. Writing is so enjoyable, and I'll tell you a couple of reasons why. Call it a God complex if you will, but think about it this way. All right. There's 1 dimension, 2 dimension, 3 dimension, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever. I don't know, whatever the scientists say, that however ever many there is, I don't even know how they work that nonsense out. I don't know how they could prove or disprove such something. But anyway, what I can tell you is this. If there are 1 and 2 dimensions to life, paper and writing is a part of that dimension. Writing it down, creating that story in someone's mind, making it real, creating a narrative, creating a character, turning that thing into something more than what's written on the freaking page, right? I'm telling you, that is a power you can't understand, right? And when you've got it, when you can do it, it's like a gift. And when you can give people a story that they like or that they can read and enjoy, it's special to you. It's special that you gave them a piece of you or a piece of this universe that you created that couldn't have existed without you. And you gave it purpose and meaning, and you gave it a story, and you gave it a reason to exist. And you put it out there for other people, and they read it, and they did the same, right? So I can't describe to you, it is kind of a God complex, creating a character and a story and everything that goes with it. It is a bit of a God complex, I will admit, right? It is a little bit intoxicating in that sense, but it's special. It brings life to something that had none before. It's giving something an existence, if you will, and that is special. And so when someone talks to me about going out and drinking and that's why I don't find that interesting, because that kind of stuff bores me. Like, so what? Like, drinking for what? Drinking why? Who cares? What is that doing for anything? Nothing. So yeah, I guess I have a trouble going out and doing that, but that's why. And I kind of think that's a logical reason. And yeah, a lot of people say, yeah, but that's dumb, Steve, because you're still not going out there and you're still not meeting people. So not doing that is still doing the same thing that you've been doing all along, and you're still facing the same issue that you've always faced, and you haven't addressed it. You've just dodged the question. You've ran away from it. Okay. But I find it really hard. That's all. So I find it really hard, and and yeah, I mean, I make a lot of excuses as to not go out, like, oh, money and bills and all this other stuff. Yeah, okay. But then after that, what happens when you have paid all your bills and you have money and you can do that? I still don't. But I should, and I will. I have to force myself to do it. I have to force myself to go out. As much as I hate doing that, despise it with a passion. But it's not healthy. It's not healthy to be antisocial. And it's good to socialize and know other people and for them to know you. So, frustrating. Have to face the one thing that I don't like doing. And you know what? I think half the reason is in my life, everyone abandons me, right? So maybe I'm worried about someone abandoning me again. Maybe I'm worried about somebody leaving me for something better. I don't know. I don't know. I think that's what worries me the most, to be honest. In my life, everyone's left me, or something like that, or like no one ever stays around. No one ever. Few actually, no, people have, but very few. And I guess in my life, I guess things just get hard, same as everyone else, and people just, I don't know. I don't know. It's funny, like, here I am talking to a camera and there's like no one talking back. And it probably won't be. And that's okay. I'm okay with that. That's okay. I just wanted someone in my life who cared about me. Oh well. Maybe one day. I don't know. That's depressing. Sorry. I didn't mean to get like that. Sorry. Whoever you are. Yeah, it's yeah. Anyway, on positive things, yes, I will do a drawing video with these. I think some of my subscribers had 3 things they wanted me to draw. I will do my best to do that tomorrow. I've got work tomorrow, so I'll try and get it done before I go to work. And yeah, we'll leave the video there. So look, I hope you have a great day and or night, wherever you are, and I hope all the best for you. That things are going great, and or will do, or you have a plan. I suppose the one piece of information I could say to finish on is I've always believed that, and I truly believe this in my heart, that whatever challenges we face in life, no matter how hard, God does not give us a challenge we cannot overcome, no matter what it is, no matter how unfathomably difficult it is to imagine, to beat, or to get better from, or anything like that. So whatever any of us face, we can beat it, and we can be better. And as long as you try to be better than you are the day before, that's all you have to do. One day you will be. And one day you can say that. And that's all you have to do. So, peace. Have a good night. Bye.